Chichén Itzá is one of the most famous archaeological sites in Mexico, located on the Yucatán Peninsula. The site was the center of the Mayan civilization, built around the 5th century AD and reaching its peak between the 9th and 12th centuries AD, when the city served as a political, economic and religious center for the Maya people. The name Chichén Itzá comes from the Mayan language, where Chichén means mouth of the well and Itzá refers to the people who founded the site, meaning water magicians. This reflects the importance of the cenotes or natural wells in the area as a source of water for the population. Chichén Itzá was founded by the Itza people around 435 AD. The city initially served as a religious and ritual center. In the 6th century, Chichén Itzá began to grow rapidly, becoming one of the largest cities in the Mayan civilization, with a population reaching around 35,000 at its peak. Around 900 AD, the Toltec people invaded from central Mexico, bringing new cultural and architectural influences to Chichén Itzá. During this period, the city experienced a political and cultural renaissance, combining elements from both existing cultures. The site includes several magnificent structures, including El Castillo, El Caracol, and the Temple of the Warriors. The Pyramid of Kukulkan, or El Castillo, was built between the 8th and 12th centuries as a temple to the god Kukulkan, a feathered serpent god related to the Mesoamerican god Quetzalcoatl. During restoration in the 1930s, archaeologists discovered older structures within El Castillo, suggesting that it went through several phases of construction. Research continues to explore the function and spiritual significance of the pyramid in the context of Mayan culture. El Castillo is approximately 24 meters or 79 feet tall, with the temple at the top adding another 6 meters or 20 feet to its height. The pyramid has a square base measuring 55.3 meters or 181 feet on each side. Each side is equipped with 91 steps, which when added together with the top platform, make a total of 365 steps, representing the number of days in a year. El Castillo has unique features such as shadow illusions and acoustic effects. During the spring and autumn equinoxes, sunlight creates shadows that resemble snakes sliding down the pyramid, depicting the arrival of the god Kukulkan to Earth. Another acoustic effect is that studies have shown that the sound of clapping hands around the pyramid produces a sound similar to the chirping of Quetzal bird, indicating a deep understanding of the Mayas' acoustics. El Castillo served not only as a temple, but also as an accurate astronomical calendar. The building reflects the sophisticated astronomical and mathematical knowledge of the Maya. In addition, the site is believed to have been used for human sacrifice, adding to its mystical aura and complex history. In 1967, the remains of more than 100 individuals were discovered in a suspected mass burial that may have been related to the sacrificial ritual. The sacred cenote at this site was considered the entrance to the underworld in Mayan belief and was often used for offering, including people and valuables during times of drought. The sacrificial rituals at Chichen Itza reflect the complexity of the spiritual beliefs of the ancient Mayan people, where human sacrifice was seen as a way to connect with the gods and ensure the survival of the community. Recent archaeological discoveries have provided further insight into this practice and show that sacrifices involved not only young women, but also young boys, especially twins, who had symbolic meaning in Mayan culture. Next, let's move on to the Temple of the Warriors. The Temple of the Warriors is one of the important structures at the archaeological site of Chichen Itza, Mexico. The temple is located south of El Castillo and is part of a larger complex that reflects the rich culture and history of the Mayan civilization. The Temple of the Warriors is surrounded by rows of columns carved with various images of Toltec warriors, showing the influence of Toltec culture on Mayan architecture. The structure has two main parts, the main chamber and the open area. The main hall serves as a place of worship and ritual, while the open area surrounded by columns provides space for pilgrims and visitors to gather. The temple is believed to have served as a center for religious and military activities. Many researchers believe that the Temple of the Warriors was used for ceremonies to worship the gods, as well as a place to honor soldiers who had fought in battle. Inside the temple is a statue of Chakmul, a representation of the messenger of the gods. The statue is usually depicted in a seated position with an offering in hand, reflecting ritual practices that may have involved sacrifice. Archaeological research at the Temple of the Warriors continues to gain more insight into its social and religious function in the context of Maya society. The discovery of artifacts and human remains around the temple also provides insight into the sacrificial practices that may have taken place here. The Temple of the Warriors is a prime example of the cultural fusion between the Maya and Toltec, showing how the two civilizations influenced each other in terms of art, architecture, and religious practices. Next to the Temple of the Warriors is the Temple of the Great Tables. The Temple of the Great Tables is one of the structures located at the archaeological site of Chichen Itza, Mexico. It was built between 900 and 1200 AD and is known for its design consisting of several overlapping levels, giving it the appearance of a large table. The temple consists of 4 levels supported by a temple at the top, which is surrounded by 2 snake-shaped columns. Although not completely preserved, the structure is a beautiful example of Mayan architecture. In front of the temple is a frieze that shows a processional depiction of a jaguar among trees and a pile of spears. On the second level, there is a carving of a feathered serpent. The Temple of the Great Tables served as a place of worship and may have also been a center for ritual activities. Next is Las Monjas. Las Monjas is one of the most famous buildings in Chichen Itza. It is a complex of classic terminal buildings built in the Puc architectural style. The Spanish named the complex Las Monjas, meaning the nuns, but it was once a government palace. Just to the east is a small temple known as La Iglesia, or the church, decorated with elaborate masks. To the north of Las Monjas is El Caracol. El Caracol is one of the most unique structures located at the archaeological site of Chichen Itza, Mexico. The name El Caracol comes from the Spanish word for snail, referring to the spiral shape of the structure. El Caracol has a distinctive design with 4 entrances leading to narrow passageways that spiral upward, resembling a snail shell. At the top is a room with 3 windows that face specific star positions, suggesting that the structure served as an astronomical observatory for the Maya. It is believed that the structure was designed to observe the movement of the stars and planets, particularly Venus, which was important in Mayan religious beliefs and practices. Research has shown that the windows of El Caracol align with the position of Venus, indicating a high level of astronomical knowledge among the Mayans. El Caracol reflects the influence of the Toltec and Mayan cultures that interacted at Chichen Itza. The structure not only served as an observatory, but also as a symbol of the Mayan people's deep understanding of the cycles of nature and time, which were integrated into their ritual practices. While El Caracol is not as well known as El Castillo or the Pyramid of Kukulkan, it remains an important part of the Mayan cultural heritage. Discoveries and research continue to be conducted to further understand the function and significance of the structure in the context of ancient history and astronomy. With its unique architectural design and function as an observatory, El Caracol is a living testament to the sophistication of science and technology possessed by the Mayan civilization. The Great Ball Court at Chichen Itza is one of the largest and most important ball courts in Mesoamerica. It is about 168 meters, 550 feet long, and 70 meters, 230 feet wide, making it one of the largest ball courts ever built by the Maya. The court is shaped like the letter I, with two raised platforms on the east and west sides that served as seating for spectators. The walls of the court are about 8 meters, 26 feet high, and are equipped with two stone rings set at 8 meters, 26 feet high, which were used as targets in the game. The ball game played here was not just a sport, but also had a deep ritual meaning. Typically, the game involved two teams trying to get a heavy chicle ball through the rings without using their hands or feet, using only their hips, knees, and elbows. According to some sources, it was believed that the outcome of the game could lead to a sacrifice, with the losing player possibly being sacrificed to the gods. Another unique feature of the Great Ball Court is its extraordinary acoustics. Voices from one end of the field can be heard clearly at the other end, even in different weather conditions. On both sides of the field are small temples. The temple on the north side is known as the Temple of the Bearded Man, while the temple on the south side, although in a state of disrepair, also has ritual significance. Temple of the Jaguar is one of the structures located in Chichén Itzá, Mexico, and was built between 1000 and 1150 AD. It is located on the eastern side of the Great Ball Court and has an architectural design rich in symbolism and ornamentation. The temple takes its name from the sequence of jaguar images visible on the front of the building, reflecting the importance of this animal in Mayan mythology as a symbol of strength and courage. The temple is also known for the discovery of artifacts and paintings depicting battles and depictions of gods. After reaching its peak, Chichen Itza began to be abandoned in the 15th century due to a variety of factors, including conflict with other confederations of cities. Despite this, the site is still considered sacred by the Maya people to this day. In 1988, Chichen Itza was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO and was selected as one of the new 7 wonders of the world in 2007. Chichen Itza is not only a symbol of Mayan culture, but also a major tourist destination that attracts thousands of visitors each year to witness the architectural beauty and understand its rich history. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the Arifs channel to get other interesting video updates. See you in the next video.